Good evening, you're tuning into the State of Business on our television with me, Kavishka Pereira. Let's take a look at today's headlines. Tourism Minister highlights the need of removing the state of emergency in order to recover the tourist industry soon. Former President of the Colombo Chamber of Commerce asserts that the political stability is vital to gain the confidence of the foreign investors. News in detail. The 9th edition of the Tourism and Travel Fair in Sri Lanka, titled as the Sancharaka Udava, kicked off this morning at the BMICH under the patronage of Minister of Tourism Development John Amarathunga. The Tourism and Travel Fair will go on till tomorrow. Sancharaka Udava Fair is organized by Sri Lanka Association of Inbound Tour Operations with the Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau. Accordingly, this year's exhibition is organized to address some of the grave challenges facing the travel and tourism industry in the country. Thus, the main motive of the exhibition of Sancharaka Udava is to recognize large, medium and small-scale entrepreneurs engaging in tourism that are helping to reduce the negative impacts of the recent incidents and to restore the positive image within the industry. Moreover, one of the significant features of the exhibition is that several universities such as Colombo, Uvavellassa, Kalaniya, Sabaragamuwa and Rajarata were provided stalls in order to encourage students in the tourism sector. Addressing the Tourism and Travel Fair, Minister of Tourism Development, Wildlife and Christian Affairs John Amarathunga asserted that several delegations such as the delegation of Thailand led by its governor are lined up to visit Sri Lanka. The minister also mentioned that the tourist industry will bounce back to normalcy when the state of emergency is removed.
Then again, there was a large delegation that came from Maldives. Nearly 100 members of parliament, ministers, speakers and so on, who did the full tour of Sri Lanka and were very happy and much contented to show that Sri Lanka was known. There are other delegations that are coming from Thailand. The High Priest of Thailand is coming. The Governor of Thailand is expected at the end of next week. Similarly, there are many other delegations that are lined up. I was in meeting just one day, 2 days ago. There are lots of groups that are waiting to come back to Sri Lanka very anxiously, but they say, please remove the emergency. We are in large numbers. We are moving to India on Sunday to launch this package with a long view where cheaper air tickets to Sri Lankan Airlines and as well as the hotels here have come up with extraordinary concession rates in order to encourage tourism. So in all this, we are quite confident that by the end of July, there will be many tourist groups that we will see.
Meanwhile, addressing the roadmap for sustainable finance in Sri Lanka and high-level seminar for senior officers of financial institutions and stakeholders organized by the Central Bank, Global Secretariat of the Sustainable Banking Network, Wei Yuang, said that 22 countries of the Sustainable Banking Network have requested their financial systems to take environment and social concerns into the credit decision-making process.
I would like to share a few numbers of the SBN community. 22 SBN countries have developed and launched over 60 national sustainable finance policies, guidelines, or voluntary principles so far. Of these, all 22 countries are asking banks and other financial institutions to take environmental and social considerations into credit decision-making, and 11 countries have now launched their national green bond-related guidance. 5 countries have provided definition on what are eligible green financial assets. So if we look back to 2012, when IFC was first called upon to convene a global knowledge and learning platform, this truly is a journey with huge progress for the SBN community, which is formed of emerging market central banks, financial regulators, and the banking associations. Over the past 7 years, the SBN community has grown from 10 founding members to now represent 51 member institutions from 37 countries. So this past 7 years has also seen a steady mainstreaming of sustainable finance globally.
Referring to the Sustainable Banking Network Report 2018, Wei Yuang also shared 3 common success factors to create a sustainable financial system in Sri Lanka.
So SBN's 2018 Global Progress Report has identified 3 common success factors for sustainable finance development, which I want to share here, hopefully to inspire ideas on implementation of the roadmap. The first success factor is the ecosystem. Most national sustainable finance policies or principles consist of a number of guidance documents which form a comprehensive policy ecosystem, so for the country to understand different options available and to prioritize. Second is a mechanism. There's a need for a mechanism to ensure implementation. This could include integration of sustainable finance into banking supervision, transparency, and disclosure. These are all critical components. And the third success factor is really multi-stakeholder engagement, and especially the private sector participation and uptake. These are vital for the successful implementation of National Sustainable Finance Initiative. There's need for cross-cutting dialogue and discussion to prioritize and also to take collective actions.
Keep tuning in for more news after this short commercial break. Welcome back. Speaking exclusively to our television, former president of the Colombo Chamber of Commerce, Dr. Amila Kankaunamge, added that the political stability is the main factor that would attract more investors to the country and that the current eroding political stability in Sri Lanka is a backlash towards winning the confidence of the country.
It's not the economical stability, but the political stability for investors. So for an example, if I want to invest in Sri Lanka, I need to know that this country or the economy will run smoothly for the next 10 years or 15 years, which has not happened for the past 4.5 years. So the differences or the differences between the executive and the parliament, which is shown everywhere in the world. So if I'm an investor, I will look for alternatives rather than coming into Sri Lanka where there is a rift between the executive and the parliament, where I can't, guarantee an ROI for my investment, because, there'll be a ball passing game between two parties or, two factors.
Thus, Dr. Amila Kankaunamge also explained how Sri Lanka should win the confidence of the international community by learning lessons from the rising neighbor countries such as Bangladesh and Nepal.
So first thing in a country to bring down investments is ideally you should have the political stability. And secondly, the economical stability may help, because an investor will always look for opportunities. As long as we have the political stability, the economic stability can be brought upon. So the investment can bring in this economic stability. So big investments like casinos, or big investments like highways, ports, airports can come in if there is political stability. But if my investment is not secure in this country, investors will not bring in the investment to the country. So they will always look at other alternatives. Now, Bangladesh is a good alternative for all investors in this era. Bangladesh has come up very rapidly. Nepal is coming up, Cambodia is coming up, Vietnam is coming up. So there's ample opportunities or alternatives for investors to go and put their money in. There's no law or there's no hard and fast rule saying that you have to invest in Sri Lanka. So as Sri Lanka, we need to grab those investments.
The Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing announced the launch of the Slim Brand Excellence Awards 2019 for the 18th consecutive year at a press conference held in Colombo yesterday. Organizers claim that their ultimate task is propelling the local brands into the international arena with pride and recognition. The primary intention of the Slim Brand Excellence Awards is to develop strong brands by means of a robust process. Slim Brand Excellence is built upon the platform structure by late Professor Udita Liyanage, an expert of the mechanisms of brands. Thus, the campaign 2019 themed Catapult Your Brand Beyond will reach its conclusion in November at the Grand Award ceremony. Moreover, Slim Brand Excellence Awards 2019 aims to increase focus on small and medium-sized enterprises by recognizing and motivating the brands in order to develop themselves at a national level and eventually enter the global community. Experts from marketing and business sectors and members of the media participated at the event. The Colombo Stock Exchange announced some constituent changes to the S&P SL20 index made by S&P Dow Jones Indices at the 2019 mid-year index rebalance. CSE also said that the changes are made following the practice of a semi-annual rebalance of the index, which is set to take place during the months of June and December each year. Here, Senior Executive Investor Education Division of the Colombo Stock Exchange, Imesha Fernando, giving a brief over the changes.
The S&P Sri Lanka 20 index includes the 20 largest companies by total market capitalization listed on the CSE that meet minimum size, liquidity and financial viable thresholds. The index is rebalanced by the S&P Dow Jones semi-annually. The exclusions effective from 24th June 2019 will be Ceylon Tobacco, Nation Trust Bank, Richard Petties and Company and Tokyo Cement, while the inclusions will be Expo Lanka Holdings, H&B Assurance, Janashakti Insurance and Melster Coop.
Keep tuned in for stock updates after this short commercial break. Welcome back. Trading at the Colombo Stock Exchange showed some similar results like yesterday, ending on a negative note today. The all-share price index dropped 8.87 points to close at 5,363.50, and the S&P SL20 dropped 4.90 points to close at 2,488.98. The market turnover was 497 million rupees, with 36 stocks gaining and 59 stocks declining. Up next is Forex rates. Well, that's a wrap of the bulletin for the day. Signing off to see you tomorrow with Biz Roundup with more of the very latest. Thank you and good night.